Man, this is getting downright ridiculous, man, with this Cleveland media and these Cleveland insiders, man. Um, I'm on record to say that there's a hidden agenda against Shedeur Sanders. And this has nothing to do with football. These Cleveland insiders, man, they keep on flip-flopping back and forth. Any narrative that they can push, they're going to push out there. Like I told you, anybody but Shedeur. It is crazy on what these Cleveland insiders are now saying. And my sources are telling me that there's some type of hidden agenda against Shedeur Sanders. We're going to get off into it. You are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Well, we got to talk about the latest report out there and what one Cleveland insider has to say now, and you won't believe it. And we're going to talk about it right after this.
I will talk about. What's up, K-Sap? Yeah. James Ford, that's me. Let me talk to him. Let's get it.
Simply ball dropping, simply ball dropping. Dropping up these topics, man, I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Nah.
Hey, let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. Nah, this my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your top picks. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. It's time to pop off, man. I can't believe what I'm hearing, man, coming out of Berea. Coming out of this Cleveland media and these Cleveland insiders, man. This whole quarterback thing got Cleveland in an uproar. It got people that support Shedeur Sanders upset. It got people that rock with Deshaun Watson questioning what kind of decisions are Cleveland going to make regarding Deshaun Watson. Also, these insiders such as Mary Kay, her agenda on all the negative things she has said about Shedeur Sanders, all the negative things that Jason Lloyd has said about Shedeur Sanders, all the negative things that Tony Grossi has said about Shedeur Sanders. And then when he got a sample size of his boy Dylan Gabriel last year on the field, he tried to switch the narrative and say, oh, Shedeur Sanders is better than Dylan Gabriel. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why they put Dylan Gabriel out there. Shedeur Sanders should have been ahead of him. All the underhanded compliments that Tony Grossi has given Shedeur Sanders. But when they first drafted Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round at 144, and they took Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, Tony Grossi was on record heavy talking about Shedeur Sanders is not a better quarterback than Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is much more, equipped than Shedeur Sanders. He can read a NFL defense. He can read the playbook. He knows what's going on out there. And he was really advocating for Dylan Gabriel. And then when he saw Dylan Gabriel hit the field, knowing that Dylan Gabriel didn't have it, and Shedeur got out there, and Tony Grossi saw Shedeur, he was like, man, what was I thinking? Shedeur Sanders is hands down better than Dylan Gabriel. And Dylan Gabriel been an afterthought ever since the concussion protocol. Now these narratives out there about the Cleveland Browns, they're going to start Deshaun Watson. Everybody has an opinion, and it's picking up steam. So everybody's going on this notion that Deshaun Watson is guaranteed to be the starter for the Cleveland Browns. And that's everybody's opinion. But the head coach, Todd Monken, hasn't put a stamp on that yet. We heard what Todd Monken had to say on the Ken Carman and Anthony Lima show. He's not at that point to where he has a starter. And then Andrew Berry, what he said about the quarterback competition is going to come down to a lot of variables. But everybody has this notion that Deshaun Watson is going to be quarterback one. Now, this is where it gets tricky. This is why I say there's a hidden agenda, and my sources are telling me that there is a hidden agenda surrounding around Shedeur Sanders. Because we heard what Jason Lloyd has been advocating, anything but Shedeur. Looking forward to the 2027 draft, getting a quarterback. Now, we heard what Mary Kay said. She's pushing Deshaun Watson. This is her opinion. This is her breaking news. And she's already put a stamp on it. But she doesn't make the decision. That's Todd Monken and Andrew Berry's call. Now, Tony Grossi has went on record to say that Dylan Gabriel is the backup quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Let's take a listen to what Tony Grossi had to say, and you won't believe what he had to say. Take a listen.
Gabriel's a guy who'll keep quiet. He'll just study. He'll stay up on the game plan. He'll support the starter in any way he can. He'll run the scout team, and if needed, he'll play. I mean, that's what you want out of a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And Shedeur's just his shadow is just so huge. I really think that's one of the reasons, Jake, that teams shied away from him in the draft. If you didn't like him as a starter, you didn't consider him.
Now, you heard what he had to say, man. And it's asinine that now he's backpedaling, talking about Dylan Gabriel is better suited to be the backup quarterback for the Cleveland Browns if Deshaun Watson is going to be the starter. So basically, he has pushed Dylan Gabriel ahead of Shedeur Sanders. And this is why I say there's a hidden agenda. And I've been preaching this. Anybody but Shedeur, they find anything to slander Shedeur Sanders and be negative about Shedeur Sanders. It's nothing never positive about Shedeur Sanders when it comes to Jason Lloyd, Mary Kay Cabot, or Tony Grossi. But earlier, yesterday on UCSS, I produced a show earlier where Jason Lloyd is flip-flopping, and he said that he would take Shedeur Sanders over Deshaun Watson. He said he'd been standing firm on that, and he's always believed that. But he's flip-flopping. But now all of a sudden you want to see Shedeur Sanders over Deshaun Watson. All of a sudden, the three quarterbacks in the room, Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel. The narrative out there is that Deshaun Watson is going to be the starter. But you don't want to see that. You rather see Shedeur Sanders starting. But Tony Grossi, it just took it a step further, and he has posed this question. And Tony Grossi says, ESPN in Cleveland, their verified account, at Tony Grossi believes that Dylan Gabriel is a better suited than Shedeur Sanders to be the Browns' backup quarterback if Sanders doesn't win quarterback one job. Now, how diabolical is that? How all of a sudden you just going to push Dylan Gabriel ahead of Shedeur Sanders? There's an agenda. So at this point, man, I'm almost to a point where I'm saying, man, like a lot of people in my chat and a lot of people in my comments was saying, Shedeur needs to try to find a way up out of Cleveland, because this Cleveland insiders and the Cleveland media does not appreciate Shedeur Sanders. It's no positivity when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. And the crazy thing about it is Shedeur Sanders is a hell of a quarterback. Women lie, men lie, but stats don't. And Shedeur Sanders' college stats back up that shows he's a high-profile quarterback and can get it done if you give him the time and the opportunity and you give him a chance. And what Andrew Berry has done in this NFL draft to put weapons around Shedeur Sanders, upgrade the offensive line, give Shedeur Sanders a chance. But the Cleveland insiders have a different agenda. And everything will come to light. And like I said, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. I see everybody in the comment section. #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh, yeah. Just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.